love these leaves. I know I've seen similar ones at Pottery Barn. This is gonna be a great DIY.
After I remove the labels from the leaf tray, I'm going to spray paint it with the color Sand Dollar. This is a really great putty ivory color. I'm gonna do one coat on the back side and another coat on the front side. To mimic the look of the Pottery Barn tray, I'm gonna use a foam brush. Now the Pottery Barn one had a lighter colored gold on it, and I'm going to place that all around the outside edge of the tray. Then I'm gonna go into the middle and create veins. After I have the veins drawn, I'm going to dab them so that they're smeared just a little bit. Now, if you add too much, you can always add some ivory paint on top to tone it down.
Lamps can be really pricey and they're a great thing to dupe at the thrift store. I spotted this one. Now it's a smaller lamp, but this style with the round base is really in. It's only $4. Let's DIY.
I have to say this DIY probably turned out as one of my favorites. So I started by just kind of taking everything apart. Then I taped up the cord. I also taped up the top portion because I was going to start by spray painting it to get it all one color. I'm gonna be using a light cream spray paint color on the entire piece, and I only did one coat. If you look at the Pottery Barn lamp, it has a marble texture to it. So to achieve that, you need a container filled with water, and then I'm gonna use white spray paint, and I'll just spray it on top of the water. Then you're going to take your lamp and dip it down into the water. Pull it straight up, and then you'll continue to rotate your lamp and dip it down. If you need to add in more paint, you can do that as well. Look at how this technique creates a fun marble texture. Now, because I had a color underneath that was really light and I'm using white, it's very subtle. Now, if you have a dingy lampshade, you can use chalk paint or acrylic paint to give it new life. I recommend doing 2 coats and apply that with your brush. I'm gonna remove all the excess paper and assemble my lamp back together. How adorable is this? And it looks so much like the Pottery Barn one.
Okay, Liz, what are you thinking with this tree?
So I remember seeing a black tree on Pottery Barn's website and it had some bats on it. I think this could work. It's only $6. Let's try it.
This turned out to be so perfect for this time of year. I used a matte black spray paint and spray painted the entire tree. Next, I found some clip art of bats and cut those out on my printer. I'm going to be using the larger one, and I'm going to trace probably 6 on a piece of black cardstock. Then I'll cut out each of the bats. Now, you may have some fairy lights from Dollar Tree. These I picked up in a large pack off of Amazon. The reason I like them is because they had a really small base. So I'm gonna hot glue the base on the back of the tree and then wrap it around my tree. I ended up using 2 strands of lights and I just hot glued the bases onto each other. Now I'm going to sporadically put the bats on around my tree, just wherever I think they need to go. This tree is not an exact dupe, but I think it looks great for the month of October.
Make sure you paint that subscribe button. If you're watching me on your phone, the subscribe button is right next to my channel name. Click the red subscribe button so it goes from red to gray. You can also click the notification bell so you can see more videos like my Dollar Tree DIYs, home hacks, and room makeovers. I found these really cool laminate boxes at Pottery Barn that I want to try to recreate. So I think I'm going to go with this set of boxes, this 2 set, and I also picked up some laminate off of Amazon, so let's put it together.
I was able to find burlwood laminate off of Amazon. I did pick up 2 packages for this DIY, and I'll link it for you down in the description box. I removed all the hardware from the back of my boxes. Then I cut out a piece that would exactly cover the top lid of my blue box, and I'm going to pull off the backing and place it in the center. Then I'm going to start with the front edge, tucking it and making sure I don't have any air bubbles. I'll cut off any excess. Now to do the edges, I'm going to tuck them into the side and pull them up. So you're gonna tuck in the corners and pull it up so that it makes a nice clean edge. You wanna make sure you do both sides before you completely pull it in place. Then you're going to lay it as flat as possible. If you need to add hot glue, that helps as well to hold everything in place. I'm gonna repeat those same steps with the bottom half of my box. Starting on the bottom, and then I'll pull it up on the front and the back and then tuck it in to do the sides. And then I'll assemble that box back together. Now this one, I wasn't able to take it apart, so I had to kind of put it on the bottom edge, and then I did the top of the lid. I had to go back in and cut a little bit just to make sure it looked nice. And here's a side-by-side look at both of these boxes.
Pottery Barn is definitely known for their vases, and you can dupe these so easily here at the thrift store. Find a vase that's a similar shape to a Pottery Barn vase that you like, and you can do so many different DIYs to it.
I think the key to getting an aged vase is doing multiple layers and multiple steps. So you want to start by getting it all one color. So I sprayed the entire piece with the color Sand Dollar. Next, I'm going to mix an ivory and terracotta color. I was trying to get a cream color, so I just mixed these two colors together. I added in a little bit of yellow that I had until I got my desired color. I'm going to dip my paint into my brush, then dip it into a little bit of water, wipe off the excess, and then I'm going to brush it onto my vase. The next step is to add the gray dots. In the original one, it had some dots on it, so I'm just going to dab it into my gray and just dot it all around my vase. Now from here, I'm gonna let it dry before I continue. Next, I wanted to add a little bit of brown, so I had the color fawn. I'm going to add that to my piece, and I'll immediately wipe off any excess. I did add in a little bit of water to make it look smeared. And you're just going to continue to add paint until you're happy with it. If for some reason you get it too dark, come back in with that ivory color to tone it down a bit. When you're finally happy with the way it looks, you want to add in some branches. These are from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to trim them down a bit. I wanted something that was similar to that deep color from the Pottery Barn vase. Hey guys, I'm Liz, and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.